Hey guys, welcome. I am Jamey the Spirit Coach and I am here to give you guys a general reading. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest, as this may or may not be for you at this time. But do feel free to check out your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. There may be something in one of those readings for you, if nothing more than to add to your story here, okay? So, welcome Scorpio. This reading is going to be for you. And for this round of readings, we're looking at your hero's journey, the hero within you, right? I believe when we're walking this spiritual path or this path to enlightenment, we are learning to be the hero for ourselves, right? So we're going to look at this archetypal energy within you and see how the hero within you is leading and guiding you, how it's getting you through challenge and what it's pulling you closer to. Okay, so I've pre-shuffled and pulled the cards for saving on time for this reading, Scorpio, so we will dive right in. Our first message is going to be from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, and I'm going to read from the book on these particular messages because there's so much information in the book, and it just covers a lot, really. So we will read over that, Scorpio. Also, if you're interested in an extended reading, I am now offering those over on Patreon. So if you look in the description box below, you will find the link to that Patreon community so that you can receive extended readings and more exclusive content over there. All right, Scorpio, so we're going to dive right in. Your first card out is Be the Hunter, Not the Hunted, and it's the number 8. This beautiful owl is basically taking up this entire card here. There's not a whole lot more going on other than the owl and the energy that this owl is embodying or is surrounding, okay? When I see owls, the first thing that goes through my mind is wise old soul. So you are a wise old soul, Scorpio. I feel this. You probably hear that a lot, you know. You've probably heard that growing up throughout your lifetime, that you're just wise beyond your years. And you just have that essence about you, I feel. Be the hunter, not the hunted. I'm not really sure what that message is saying overall, but you know, just with intuiting this, I would feel that it's saying like you're learning to go out after the things that you're wanting. Also too, like when I think of hunters will go out right to the location where they know that harvest will be, right? They'll go out to that location and they sit and they wait for hours upon hours upon hours sometimes before something will show up for them to get, right? So the hunter is a very wise person as well, right? Very methodical, kind of plans, organizes, strategizes things before jumping full on into something. Energy like that's coming through. Also, the number 8 it's like the infinity symbol for me. So this is like your destiny here, Scorpio. I feel that the hero within you is pushing you to walk in your destined path, right? Okay, so let's read from the book and see exactly what it's saying for you. All right, it says, do you feel that you are at the beck and call of circumstances, situations, and relationships that are outside of your control? Is your attention being called away from what you love, from your passionate focus upon your own journey and creative self-expression? Are you feeling roped into becoming a support, tonic, savior, or heal all for others? There's a big difference between healthy supportiveness in a relationship, which includes healthy self-support, and ignoring your own journey out of misplaced guilt, shame, unworthiness, or the belief that the needs of others is more important than your own. That is not compromise. That is unhealthy and neglectful of yourself. You're being asked to see through assumptions, expectations, tantrums, or manipulations that may be put upon you by either yourself or others. See through them to the truth. You can only sidestep, change your response to, or choose to release that which you can recognize. This oracle brings some important news. You are capable of seeing the truth, outsmarting old patterns, and responding more creatively to craft new and improved relationships. You don't have to be drawn into the drama of others or the suffering of repetitive struggles. You can become still and intent with a willingness to see the truth. In doing so, you will be open to being shown another way through the inner wisdom of your heart, or a flash of insight from the great universal mind that penetrates your own awareness. This oracle also brings you particular guidance that there is a message coming your way. This message will be important to you, and you are not to paint it as anything more or less than what it is. Sit with your heart. Take your time. Even if there is a deadline for your answer, you will be able to bend and stretch time so that in your relaxation, you can feel for what your truth is in the situation at hand and respond appropriately. The more honest your response, without the need to be aggressive or apologetic, the more energy you will be unleashing from unhealthy patterns and into the fresh new course your life now wants to take. This is a powerful time for you. No matter how seemingly small or how apparently dramatic events around you appear to be, know that you are stepping into a new phase of empowerment, and from that place, a new freedom and self-love will emerge. Mother Nature offers you the wisdom medicine of the owl, the ability to hear what is not spoken and see what is hidden in darkness. Trust what you feel beyond appearances. The power and magic of the owl is working through you, and Mother Nature is by your side, assisting you in navigating the current life transition into a new way of being. Oh, all right, Scorpio. What was coming to mind for me whenever I was reading through that is how the owl can turn their head like all the way around, right? They can turn their head all the way around. They see all the way around them. You can see in the darkness, Scorpio. Your energy, we all know already that you can go into the darkness. You can go into the shadows. Like, you're really good at that. So I think mostly what your hero within you, though, is wanting you to look at is maybe there's a shadow aspect of you that is self-sacrificing in order to do for another. Does that make sense? It said here, do you feel that you're at the beck and call of circumstances, situations, or control? Are you being called away from what you love? Are you feeling that you have to be there and be the savior for others, right? Be that supportive person for others, for everybody. Do you feel shame or guilt when you're walking in your own journey? Like, do you feel shame or guilt when you're doing things that are passionate for you, Scorpio? And how can you look at that? How can you heal that, right? Okay, so that leads me into the next of your messages. I've pulled 2 cards for the beginning of your story, 2 cards for the middle of your story, and 2 cards for the most likely outcome, Scorpio. Okay, so keep in mind that energy is fluid. Energy and time is fluid. This message is meant for you when it finds you, Scorpio. If this is not something you're currently experiencing, it could be something you've experienced in your lifetime or something you're about to experience, okay? But with your first cards out in the beginning of your story, we start out with the 3 of Swords in reverse. And basically what this is telling me, Scorpio, is after you come out of some type of major heartbreak, major pain. Like, Three of Swords in the upright is just, it's agony. It's painful. It's traumatic experiences. It's just being heartbroken, right? Completely, utterly heartbroken. But with it in the reverse, I see this as like, it's after that, right? It's after the heartbreak. Maybe you've been through a lot of heartbreak in your lifetime. Maybe you've been through a lot of grief, a lot of loss, Scorpio. You could have experienced a lot of loss, right? If we think about the Scorpio, in the tarot, the card that represents the Scorpio energy is the card of death, right? So you're here to teach others as well as yourself as a Scorpio how to come through transformation, how to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, right? You are here to rise up time and time and time again through every loss, through every heartbreak, through every trauma. You show yourself and you show the people around you how to keep going. Okay, so the sacred hero within you really pulls you through this grief, pulls you through this heartbreak, right? And gets your head looking in a more positive way. Because next up we have Page of Pentacles. I feel like your hero within wants you to be, I feel like you're a very creative person, right? Scorpio, you guys are really creative. And your hero within, it's almost like it wants you to take these pains, take these heartbreaks, take the things that you've lost in the past, this grief, and maybe create something with it to share with others, right? Like maybe, I don't know, are you feeling called to write a book? Are you feeling called to write, poetry? Are you feeling called to share your stories? Are you feeling called to write music? What is a creative outlet that you can do to channel this energy that you've overcome, right? Because you've learned so much in your heartbreak. You've learned so much in your pain, in your grief. So I think what's your hero within, it's like you go through these situations, you go through these painful things in order to come out on the other side of it. Almost as like a guide for others, Scorpio. See here how he holds his pentacle up? Like, it's like he's admiring it. Like he sits and he holds it and he looks at it. And it's like he's happy that he can share it with others, right? He holds it up to admire it. And others are able to see it, right? As he holds it out in front of him, other people can see it too. So it's like taking that pain and transmuting it and making something out of it, building something with it, right? Then it comes into this Queen of Wands energy in the middle of your story, Scorpio. So, like I said, it's like the hero within you, it also starts to spark passionate things you're passionate about, right? With it being a Queen of Wands, like this Queen of Wands, she understands the importance of doing the things that give back to her, right? That bring her happiness, that bring her fulfillment, that bring her joy. There's so much yellow on this card, and to me that's like really vibrant energy. It's really positive energy. She is the light, the source of light, right? Herself, and she holds this sunflower here even. It reminds me of like the Leo energy as well. But there's a black cat here in this card too, signifying like strong intuitive abilities, co-creating with spirit, right? Bringing you closer to a space of like using your intuition, using your intuitive abilities to channel, right? To create this thing, you know, this, I don't know if it's a project or what it is, but it's like, it's something that you're like transmuting pain and turning it into something like that could bring financial abundance to you even, right? It brings success because you step into being a queen. Then we have out next the Judgment card in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Typically in the upright, like the Judgment is like wake up. It's a wake up call, right? It's also like you resurrecting something. You know, I mean, it is you being that phoenix rising from the ashes in the reverse. I feel like you like start re-empowering yourself. You go through this pain, you go through heartbreak, then you get these ideas and you want to do something with it, right? You want to do something that helps others. But then it's almost like something, you come into a space where you get stuck, Scorpio. You get a little bit stuck, okay? Because I want to look at this Judgment reverse real quick. Hang on just a second. So it says, Judgment in reverse, it says, watch for a tendency to shirk the call or ignore what you need to do. So it's like you shy away from it, Scorpio. I don't know if it's like a bashful type of energy where you get shy, like you hesitate on actually sharing this with others, you know, but it's almost like you get comfortable in the daydreaming too. Like like she's sitting on a throne, kind of looking out across the distance. So to me, it's almost like she's daydreaming and she kind of gets comfortable there. The reason I say I feel that you get stuck is because the next card out after the Judgment reverse is the Three of Wands reversed. Okay, so I want to read from this other book real quick, see if there's anything more on this Judgment reversed. Yeah, it's like self-doubt starts creeping in. A shadow aspect of your story that you could be denying. You're not sharing yourself with loved ones or letting them see the truest nature, your truest essence, right? Like hiding away from sharing yourself to the world. Maybe it feels scary. Maybe it feels risky. Maybe it feels like you might be judged by others or something. I'm not really sure, but your higher self, your hero within really wants you to shine your light, right? Like it really wants you to just show the world all the assets that you have, right? Like all the beautiful parts of you. Yes, that also being the parts of you that you're bashful about, right? Shine unapologetically, Scorpio. That's what it's wanting you to do. Notice too how the owl, all the energy is like how I was talking in the beginning of the reading, how the energy around this owl is like the essence of it. It's others feel that essence. They feel that energy, and they feel that from you, Scorpio. There's something that you have. There's experiences that you have, that you've had in your lifetime that are wanting to be shared with others. I feel so strongly. Okay, so we got, coming into the end of your message, 3 of Wands reversed, and then the 2 of Wands in the upright. So typically it's the 2 of Wands and then the 3 of Wands, and you know how it normally would go in the journey, like in the typical journey, right? It would go from the 2 to the 3. So it's like making a decision and then going, you know, grabbing your wand and going out towards it, like making the plans, starting to work on it, right? But in the reverse, it's like being stuck, not, you know, feeling like you can't move, feeling like you can't make a decision. Again, because you're like self-sacrificing in some way, Scorpio. There's something where you're letting some type of guilt mentality or shame or something like that hold you back from really putting yourself out there. Putting yourself out there. So this 3 of Wands reverse could be not dreaming big enough, a fear coming up to block any movement, delays, right? Even though there's still work to be done, you need to know that you are headed in the right direction. There's big waves that are coming in soon, just as soon as you take that step, Scorpio. Right? Be ready to learn. Be willing to learn. It's wanting you also, too, because on the bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Pentacles. Look at yourself, Scorpio. Look at your journey, right? Like, look at your Pentacles. Both of these cards are reflecting, like, looking at, like, taking a pause for a minute, taking a moment to appreciate yourself, taking a moment to appreciate your journey, being grateful, you know, that you've had these experiences, yes, that you've learned so much on the journey, yes, but also understanding that your happiness is just as important as the happiness of the people that you love and care about, right? Your hero wants you to truly, like, just put yourself out there. I do feel there's something you've experienced, there's some story or something that you have, Scorpio, that you can share with the world. But you find yourself caught up, right? You find yourself kind of stuck. But just as, you know, it's like once you start listening, though, once you really start going after what's calling out to you, once you make that decision, then you will soar. You will fly, Scorpio. I feel like all the things that you could dream of will start coming to you. All right, so let's see where this is bringing you to with our Enchanted Oracle map, Scorpio. Where is this bringing you? I looked over and couldn't help but notice the card kind of twisted on the deck. Underneath the 7 of Pentacles, we have the Hermit energy. So it is again like talking about taking a pause for a moment, reflection, but don't get stuck in that reflection. Like, you have lots of wands out here, Scorpio, Like, the only swords energy here is the Three of Swords, and it's in reverse. So I feel like it's more so just taking the action, right? Taking the action. Because as soon as you do, like, it's like I'm almost seeing, like, the instant that you sit down, maybe like I was saying before, maybe you're trying to write a book or something, or you could. The instant that you sit down and put pen to paper, the words are going to come through, and you're not even going to have to think about it. I feel like that's what's going to happen, right? It's just going to be like, boom, initiated instantly, right? But yeah, it's so important, Scorpio, that your happiness be your priority right now. Your destiny needs to be your priority right now as well. It's okay to support others. Maybe you have a family, you know. Maybe a lot of the stuff falls on your shoulders. The weight of, you know, providing for the family or whatnot. But it's not a reason to, it's not an excuse to not do the things that you feel called to do, right? You still need to be able to share yourself. You know, you still need to be able to be creative, right? Okay, for Scorpio, where is this taking them? Where is this taking them, Spirit? Wow. Home. You got two cards. You got home and you got sacred pool. It's taking you home. Notice there's an owl on this card. Where did I see it? Right here. There's an owl on this card too, Scorpio. There's fairies here. There's clock. In the wilderness. I feel like it's divine timing. Also, there's like a welcome sign. It says, welcome life. Scorpio, this is bringing you, like, whatever this is, like, I feel like whatever it is that you're meant to share with the world is it's bringing, like, your happy ever after. And then we got Sacred Pool here too. Sacred Pool, this card typically talks about like a deep dive. It's very interesting too, because here on this owl card, we've got the number 8. We got 27, which breaks down to a 9. 47, which breaks down to a 10. Or no, it breaks down to an 11. Ooh, it's a big manifestation, Scorpio. Big manifestation. Okay, so let me read from this home card. We'll actually read from both, but let's see. You are comfortable in your own skin. You belong. Oh, Scorpio! Wow! Like, literally, you go from being this person that feels bashful, that maybe shies away from expressing yourself or sharing your creative talents, right? To being comfortable in your own skin, right? Okay, so peace, security, safety, belonging, and all the features one would want from home are indicated now. The home card represents an invitation to experience what it's like to be secure in your own skin, to live comfortably no matter what is happening in the world around you. It's a time for opening your eyes to your tribe of like-minded people or one special person who makes you feel like you've come home. Home is love, and love is all around you. Whatever your inquiry, you are where you're meant to be and will reap great benefits by standing on this path and staying on it regardless of where it leads. Home will always be with you. It is where your heart is. Absolutely, Scorpio. It absolutely is. Okay, so 47, Sacred Pool. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? This card asks you to focus on self-love and self-esteem. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. A detached self-examination made with vigorous honesty is called for. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. Yeah, I do feel like that message is really strongly reiterating the Seven of Pentacles, right? Seeing how far you've come, seeing how beautiful you are, and seeing that the talents and the gifts and the experiences you have or you have had are worthy of being shared with the world. Yeah? You have a true calling, Scorpio. You're a wise old soul, and many people are eager to learn and hear from you. They just don't know it yet, right? They just don't know it until you start speaking, right? Until you start sharing it. So that is all I have for this part of the reading, Scorpio. I am grateful that we have gotten through this message. Yours is a little bit different than what the other readings were coming out as. I think I was kind of seeing a lot of like people's childhood stories and such, but I'm really more so seeing like your present moment energy for you, Scorpio. Like I feel like it's just bringing you to this space of like having home where your heart is, you know, like feeling completely beautiful within your own skin and not being afraid to shine your light unapologetically, right? Right? And like also too, if you have like little flaws or little things that you're like bashful about, you know, it's 9 times out of 10, it's those little things that draw people to us. Honestly. It's your imperfections. It's your rawness. It's your realness that people want to see. Ultimately, I feel, you know, they want to see you, experience you. So how can you share that without fear? And how can you love yourself more, like appreciate yourself more, and just do the dang thing, right? All right, Scorpio, so if you're interested in the extended reading, I will see you over on the Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you again next time. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks.